But let's remind ourselves, you've just said that the excuse of the government is you can trust the named person because, well, they're professionals. So let's bring back into the public spotlight the Hollie Greig abuse case, where, of course, the professionals who should have been protecting Hollie Greig did nothing of the sort. And Police Scotland, there's a little insert there of their website where they've got a nice shiny little banner saying keep safe. They're having a little festival to keep us safe. I don't know whether that's a swastika on it or a little windmill. I can't see from this distance, but I think it's a swastika. So the police are saying, trust us, we're going to keep you safe. But of course, we know they don't keep people safe in Scotland. They fail to investigate the abuse of children, and then they work to cover it up. And my goodness, they're apparently going to do that with a vengeance, because we can now reveal that Police Scotland are working to actually stamp out reporting of the Hollie Greig abuse case from the internet. So the document you can see there has come from the Scottish Police, but it's referring to action that's been taken by Google. And the aim is to get material down from the internet talking about Hollie Greig. They don't want people knowing the truth because, of course, the Scottish government was involved in the cover-up of this abuse. Look at the sections of this. It's been redacted partly to protect the source, partly to protect... Well, who's it to protect? I'm not sure. I think
protect Police Scotland or the guilty. I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
Yes, that last page there, that actually refers to you and I, Brian. That was a link that was posted by the Hollie Greig Justice bloggers.
Yep, it refers directly to the UK column. Let's bring it up on screen. I should be able to do that. Here we are. It says traffic data, holliegreigjustice.blogspot.co.uk 2015 UK column, David Scott and Robert Green. So they are really very frightened people. And you notice it says, we request that you do not disclose the existence of this request and the production of records. Any such disclosure could impede the investigation. So Scottish police are so cheeky to say, well, don't talk about this because you could stop us investigating crime. But of course, the crime hasn't been investigated in the first place. And on it goes. So this is Scottish police under Sir Stephen House using public money to close down free speech on the internet because the public has wised up to the abuse of children. And I think we've got another document here, same thing, except it's got a bit of colour on it. Lots of redaction. As we always say, you couldn't really make this stuff up. So where's it all come from? The Communications Investigation Unit North, Police Service of Scotland, Queen Street, well, that's pretty appropriate, Aberdeen, AB10 1ZA. So there we have it. Scottish police can't investigate child abuse, but they're pretty good at working with Google to cover it up. What else can you add, David?
Well, there's been two occurrences of this. The first 4 notices were served some time ago. The bloggers concerned, obviously, were very concerned as to why Police Scotland were suddenly targeting them. And targeting 4 kind of random blog posts out of, thousands of blog posts have put out on the site Hollie Greig Justice. And they got some legal advice. The lawyer contacted Police Scotland to try and find out what it was all about. It didn't seem to be about anything. And the legal advice was, well, you've not broken any laws. There's nothing inappropriate in what you've put out. It doesn't breach the Telecommunications Act. Police Scotland, haven't got any reason for this action. So they put the website back up. They've taken it down temporarily. We find out where they were legally. And within the last couple of days, they have another notice from Police Scotland doing the same again. Now, as the lawyer has already been in contact with Police Scotland, there's a line of communication open there. Police Scotland don't need to be serving notices on Google to get IP addresses. If Police Scotland want to pass any information or any requests or any concerns to the people running this blog, they have the phone number of the lawyer. They can do it through that. It's completely out of order. It seems to be simply, if you mention the words Hollie and Greig, in the same week, we, Police Scotland, are going to do what we can to silence you.
Well, they're clearly as frightened of Nottinghamshire police over Melanie Shaw. We just see utter desperation, the viciousness with which Melanie Shaw's been pursued by Nottinghamshire police, desperately frightened. Why are they frightened? Well, of course, child abuse is the means by which our political system is working. That's how the blackmail's carried out. It's the same north of the border and south of the border.